What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and this is the release roundup in Pro Audio for March 2023. If it's your first time watching one of these videos from me, this is a monthly video that I do at the end of each month where I go over what's, in my opinion, significant releases in Pro Audio, and I share some of my initial impressions and opinions of them, and would love for you to comment and let me know your opinions on these products as well. So this month started out really slow, and then towards the middle to the end of the month picked up with a lot of new releases, which was as expected because NAMM is right around the corner. I will be at NAMM. I'll be at NAMM Thursday and Friday, so if you see me out on the floor, be sure to say what's up. But the Warm Audio WAPX is a tube preamp with a switch that engages some tape saturation. This looks really cool, and I normally don't pay attention to warm audio products because more often than not, it's just a clone of something that I honestly really don't care about. But with this is based off a preamp that I never heard of before, and the tape switch on there seems interesting. I would like to hear some examples and hear if that tape saturation is something that's subtle, if you can drive it harder to get more of that effect from it, and just really see what you can do with it. So I may see about getting my hands on this one. We'll see. But there is a single channel as well as a 2-channel version of this, and it comes with a pretty impressive 90 dB of gain, which is more gain than I've ever seen on any preamp. PreSonus has released Studio One 6.1, and this update has brought some new features. There's now custom colors, you have new collaboration features, and the project page now has a new album mode feature, which I really like, as well as some other new features. So if you haven't checked out Studio One 6.1, it is a free update, and you use Studio One, go ahead and download it. Kit Plugins has released the Blackbird N73, which is their 1073 channel strip based off of a Neve 1073 console in Blackbird Studios here in Nashville. This is now the third collaboration with Blackbird Studios, or the third plugin in collaboration with Blackbird Studios, and they've all been great. This one is great as well. This is a little different from the BB N105, which is based off of a different type of Neve console in Blackbird Studios. I'm going to have a video coming up where I compare the N105 and the N73, but really loving this channel strip, this 1073 from Kit Plugins. I've got a full review on my channel. Sonible came with 2 new plugins and a new bundle. So they already had Pure Limit, which came out a few months ago or towards the end of 2022. They've now bundled that with 2 new plugins called Pure Verb and Pure Comp, and this bundle together is called the Pure Bundle. And this is, I've got a full review on my channel for this as well, but the Pure Comp, Pure Verb, and Pure Limit, all very easy to use. Of course, with Sonible, you've got the AI technology in there, but very easy to use to get results for compression, reverb, as well as limiting. I've been using it on my podcast, the Faders Up podcast, when I've been editing the last few episodes, and have got really good results. And I plan to implement them in mixing as well. Definitely going to start using the Pure Verb as my tracking verb and trying that out. Sticking with plugins, Softube has came out with the Bus Processor. Finally, Softube has a bus compressor plugin, and I feel like this finally fills out their lineup of plugins. There was 2 plugins that I felt that were glaring holes in their lineup. One was just a standard everyday use parametric EQ, and Softube finally came out with the Weiss EQ MP, and I also said that they needed a bus compressor, and now we have that. This bus processor is not only a bus compressor, but it also has spatialization features as well as saturation. Of course, the Softube, and you've got saturation on there. You have 2 different types of saturations actually, but I'll have a video coming on that really soon. And that one is, I think the intro price for it is $99, so not bad. After trying it the last few days, I'm most certainly going to pick it up. Haven't been a fan of a lot of bus compressor plugins, but this one so far I really like. And the Softube Bus Compressor, which also really makes this really interesting, is that of course with Softube it is Console 1 ready, meaning you can use it on the Console 1, which was a huge missing part of Console 1 to me. You're giving me a controller that's emulating a console, a SSL console at that, but yet you don't have a bus compressor for it. Every year at NAMM, Softube would get, oh, come check out Console 1. This is, emulating an SSL console. I'm like, cool. Where's the bus compressor? And the bus compressor to me is just one of my favorite parts of an SSL console. So now that you can emulate the SSL console, now to be clear, this bus processor is not a SSL clone, but it does seem like it is a VCA style compressor. They say that it's modeled after a large format console from the 80s, probably an SSL, but they don't specifically say SSL, which is interesting because Softube has worked with SSL and they're able to get that SSL trademark as they do with Console 1. So I feel like if it was based off an SSL, they would probably say that, but just interesting facts there from it. But now that you have a bus compressor to go with Console 1 and to fill out with the rest of your SSL channels or what API need, whatever they have on the Console 1 now, I really haven't paid much attention to it because I wasn't really interested in it, mainly because there wasn't a bus compressor. But I don't know, I may look into that now, but I've been really happy with the Fader Port 8, but really glad that Softube has came out with this product. RME is out with a new interface, the Fireface UFX Mach 3. This is a USB 3 interface, and it has 94 in and 94 out. It's either 94 in and 94 out or 96 in and 96 out. Either way, ton of I/O available on this one. I haven't been keeping up with RME interfaces, so I'm not sure what's new in this one over the Mach 2. But one thing I can say about RME is that they support their interfaces for a very long time. I had a Fireface 800 back in the day and ended up selling it to get I don't even want to say the name of the interface, but an interface that has 32 in the title. If you follow my channel, you know which ones I'm talking about. I had a bad experience with that, and I don't even want to say the name of it. But I did like the Fireface, but I had sold it to get an interface with more I/O. But 96 or 94 in and out, it's a crazy amount of I/O. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up with RME interfaces, so I'm curious how much I/O was in the Mach 2 over this Mach 3. But I know RME has a lot of fans out there, so definitely comment and let me know what you think about this new interface, and let me know what this one, what makes this one special in this Mach 3, because RME supports their interfaces for so long, I feel like it kind of makes it hard to upgrade if your interface is still supported and still working. So this is now the second month in a row we've had a new 500 series unit be announced. So no, 500 series is not dead. Last month we had the Black Lion Audio Bluey 500 series, and now Cranborne Audio has announced the Carnaby 500. This is a 3-band harmonic EQ, and they're saying it's the first ever harmonic EQ. And they've got some YouTube content up on it, so definitely check that out, because this looks like a really cool EQ, and I'm really thinking about picking this up for myself. But as a harmonic EQ, you can boost and cut, and it's going to add harmonics as you boost or cut. And even cutting it is going to cut the frequencies but still leave harmonics in that space, which sounds like a really cool concept, and I'm probably going to get it. I've said that this year as last year I'm not going to buy as much gear, but this looks really interesting to me, and I got a couple empty 500 series slots over here too. All right, and lastly is what's probably been the biggest news of the month, and that's Waves Creative Access. Everybody already knows that Waves has announced, or they've announced a subscription service. First they said it was going to be, the only way you'd be able to get their new plugins would be a subscription service, no more perpetual license. Then they did a 180 on that. They brought back perpetual license. So now you're going to have the option between a subscription service and a perpetual license. The subscription service is a little interesting to me because Waves has tried subscription services in the past, but I feel like they didn't really take off. But I'll quickly explain the two options you have with the subscription service, just in case you're not familiar with it. But you have Waves Essential, which is going to be around 110 plugins. It's going to be $14.99 a month or $149 for the year. And then you have Waves Ultimate, which is going to include all of their plugins, and that's $24.99 a month or $249 for the year. And with the subscription, all of your plugins are going to stay up to date, so there's no need for the Waves update plan anymore. And you also get StudioVerse with the subscription service, which is a AI-powered algorithm that goes inside Studio Rack. And what it does is it allows you access to mixing chains from top engineers such as CLA and Young Guru. And I've got a video on that, and someone from Waves actually just commented on that video and gave me a little more explanation on Studioverse, because the video I did was really my first initial impressions. I wanted to see how it was without really digging into it. And they answered some of the I'm gonna say weird stuff, but just kind of some of the things that I was noticing and questions I had. So I'm gonna jump back into Studioverse and give it another go now with that information that they shared, which was really helpful. But there's a roundup of the new product releases in Pro Audio, or product announces, I should say. All of this stuff isn't released and shipping yet, but announcements for new releases that we have for March 2023. I expect next month to be really busy with NAMM happening next month, but definitely comment and let me know your thoughts on these products. I will have links in the description if you want to check out any of these, learn more about them, or pick them up. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, and if you want to continue to see content from me, then y'all know what to do. All right, I'll catch y'all next time.